Hello and welcome to Meyer Studios Sketch Club. I am Izzy. Next to me is Jason, and behind me is my wonderful mom, Cindy. Before we start Sketch Club gets going, let my dad introduce tonight's subject matter and how he will be approaching his sketches. If you find this helpful, great. If not, just do your own thing, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. Don't think about it and just sketch. Tonight we will spend 10 minutes on 2 sketches we started on Sunday's Sketch Club.
All right, thanks Izzy. So let's head over to the iPad and take a look at what we'll be doing tonight. Hello everybody and welcome. So Izzy got a big thumbs up for that introduction. Good job, kiddo. So over to the iPad we go. And so Sunday night I covered some of the basics. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but we're going to reinforce today. And what I'm going to reinforce on that drawing I started, if you weren't here Sunday night, you can just start afresh. Go back to Sunday's videos to see those notes. But that movement from the peach blossoms through the grapes, up through the pitcher, and then through the peach blossoms again at the top, that's the general movement. Then I have a single grape over there kind of balancing this out. Now, one of the things I spend some time doing is getting the adjustment between, hey Claudia.
Hello.
Getting the adjustment between the values of the dark, the gray, and the light. Working the wrong screen here. All right, so since we're working with charcoal, we can do light, the tone of the paper if you're working on tone paper, gray, and then dark. And then we got our highlight to finish. So we're looking for these light dark patterns. So if we zoom in, and I hope on your screen this is a little lighter than on my screen. For some reason, it's showing up darker than it actually is. But you can still see that light dark pattern. That's what drawing's all about, are those little patterns. So you can watch those and see those develop. And the second one we'll be working on, like Izzy said, we're going to be working on 10-minute ones tonight. And both of these, I spent 5 minutes sketching on Sunday.
Yes.
So in this one, you see that light crawling through there? So that light pattern and that movement of the light, that's our subject matter, or that's my subject matter. Like Izzy said, do your own thing if you don't necessarily want to do it my way. And again, we make that with light, gray, and dark. And if we add a highlight, we've got what I call a finish. Now, it's not what most people think of as a finish, but it's a finish in that we've got all of the characters on the stage. And then how will they interact? That is the business of the artist. And you're going to see me develop a little bit of the number 2 value tonight. The atmosphere, the background, the gray. And how you treat that can really affect the mood of your painting. So give that its due. All right, how are you feeling, Izzy? You about ready to get started?
Yep.
We got a couple more minutes, so let's come back full screen.
Tom is here, and your friend Tim from school is here.
Tim, and Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Let's see, I'm having a hard time remembering which buttons to press tonight. All right. So we'll be ready to go, like I said, 2 10-minute tonight. And we're going to get started in about 1 minute at 7 o'clock. Hey, Mr. Tom Dawson. Mr. Tom Dawson. You got your sketch stuff ready? No? I was talking to Tom, but you're ready to go. Tim, have you been sketching? Or are you just being a looky-loo? Looky-loo. Let's see. I think it's 7 o'clock. You guys ready? Let's go, huh? Hi, Tom. Tom's got a fan. So, okay, like I said, I'm going to be working on top of the ones that I did Sunday night. And both of these I spent 5 minutes on. So they're roughly put in. So today I'm going to just refine. I'm not going to be adding a whole lot other than that some gray in the background to affect the look of the picture. But I'll be accentuating that movement that I pointed out in the introduction. And of course, tying everything in to something else. So here again, I'm just starting to develop that gray. In the background, right above those flowers too. There was a reason I started there, because now those white flowers, white peach blossoms, they pop. So that was as much for that white as it was for the gray.
Susan joined us.
Hey, Susan.
Said I almost forgot to come on.
Hey, guys.
I'm not prepared, so she'll probably watch.
Oh, okay.
It's fun
That's
to
happened.
watch.
You'll have to go back and watch again. Izzy did a fantastic introduction tonight.
Yes, she did.
So,
Susan and I were chatting about her granddaughter.
oh, nice. How old is she?
25.
Oh, very good.
The image.
What about the image?
It's mirrored from last time.
Is that bothering you?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, so now all of our audience is going to get confused because we're going to do-si-do.
Well, we.
Oh, there we go. All right, so
Thank you.
Izzy said she just could not live with us arranged like that, so.
Well, you can't go from one screen to the next and switch do-si-do.
You can, because I just did.
And it bothered me. It probably bothered everybody
I
else
know, I
watching.
appreciate the constructive criticism. You're right.
Mm.
You're right. A little bit better each day. That's all we're shooting for.
Yep.
That's what we're shooting for. Again, so we were talking about how the atmosphere, the gray, is very important to tie and unify things together, create movement, allow you to get in and out of objects, and things not to be so stark. The gray, the atmosphere, the background really contributes a lot to the mood of your piece. Mood. Can we talk about the mood of a piece if you only get 10 minutes to work on it? I think so. I think so, you know?
Even if we can't, you'll find a way to do it.
Yeah. What does reasonable have to do with this? We can do it. Right? And you'll want to do it when you realize the importance of it, right? Sometimes when we start, we think the importance is getting all the details on a particular object or something. Well, it turns out if you'll work on the relationship between things, it's more effective and it ends up being more powerful, right? For instance, this grape, see there's nothing there. Let's just maybe tie it into with the shadow a little bit, and later I'll come in and tie that into the table a little bit. And those little things like tying it to the table, they make a big, big difference. And the first way we tie it's with our cast shadow, but then we can also tie it with reflection or soft edges. But it's just getting everything to be very neighborly. Very neighborly. And the black marks and the white marks, right? We don't go there because there's a big fight, but we go there because that's the party. Boom, that's where all the action is. So we're going to go party. Like, so your eye will go to that area of most contrast, which relates to like our darkest mark and our lightest mark. So you see the one grape at the end of those flowers there? It's got that highlight on it, so you naturally go there rather than to the other grapes that don't have highlights on them. Right? So those other grapes are a little more mysterious, but more importantly, what it does is by taking that one grape and making it above the others, it makes it look like there's more detail there than there is. Right? If everything's evenly done, you never really feel like it's finished. All right, so again, this isn't about stating facts, but it's about creating a scene, atmosphere. Well, you got some nice atmosphere, Iz.
I forgot the paper thingy that like really smooths it.
Oh, hop up and go get it. And this will do it too. Have you used this?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just didn't go as much as I needed it to.
Oops. I'm supposed to be hosting the show, and look, I'm getting distracted drawing. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. It's too much fun. What you doing, yo? Just gotta rub harder with it.
I don't want to break your stuff.
But the chamois.
Again.
Well, this isn't like the charcoal. This isn't sensitive. All right, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's probably about 3, maybe 3.5 more minutes on this. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Let's see. Let's add that to the broadcast.
Yes.
And let's make sure that Izzy sees that and sees it and sees it and sees it. You know what? I'm envious too. She, on the way to dance today, she was talking about the premise.
Oh.
And I informed her that, you know, the first time I knew about a premise was in college philosophy. And she's in 6th grade. So
It's because I have you as a father. You use
I
big
think the
words.
world's going to be in good hands. I don't know. This next generation gives me lots of hope. We run
Me.
Izzy and I have a chess club at our elementary school. That this would have been a 5th year. We're doing it over Zoom. But we started with about 6 to 8 kids. We grew to about 60.
And then shrunk back down.
Well, we shrunk. Well, we're Zoom, and all the kids are tired with Zoom. They don't want to Zoom. So I think she thinks that she sent that to Mom. You want to let her know?
Oh, she texted you.
Yeah.
Well,
Said thank you. So right there, I just tied. You see how I just so slightly tied the grape into the tabletop
Go that way.
with that little swiggle? That really does make it part of the scene rather than just floating out there in space. And sometimes we can ask ourselves, how little will it take? Because most of the time when we start, it's how much, how much, how much. Well, how little does it take? Are you leaving enough room for the viewer to participate? Is there room for the viewer to participate is?
probably.
I think Izzy's a little tired tonight.
Mm-hmm.
A little tired. Okay, gonna reinforce the highlight a little bit. And notice when I reinforce, I don't do the whole thing. But like on the pot, I stay towards the center. So then there's lighter white marks out on the edges. And that helps with kind of the glow, if it's not so sharp. All right, so we don't go from dark to white. But there's a transition there. So there's one on the belly and then one where the neck turns up. And then of course on the rim there'll be a highlight too. But I want to draw that. And by I mean draw it, I mean place it in relation to the other highlights so that the contour makes sense. I'll have to show that maybe Maybe on Thursday I'll talk about the contour of the highlights. And if you get those right, that's really your drawing, right? A lot of people depend on how they feel objects with their hands, and they think if I draw how this feels, right? My hair is much taller than that. It's not, so that's not how it feels, right? But how it looks. And by getting to the inside of that picture, it gives it volume or make it look three-dimensional. What'd you do to my bangs?
I literally just patted the back of your head. That was all you.
You got rid of my bang action, yo. Okay, so that's it on that one. So let's look at our mud man. So there we go. So again, that movement of light through there, look how active and beautiful that is. And so rather than get any particular object or contour, I want to see how little I can do and emphasize that movement. We'll see, 10 minutes. I mean, how far can we get? I don't know. But we definitely want to solidify our mudman here. He's the center of attention. So make sure there's enough contour and recognition on him. You're going to sit him out? You don't like him, do you?
I mean, I like him. I didn't give him any legs.
Well, he's in a robe. You don't see any legs.
Well, yeah, but he's like that tall.
So just shrink his head.
You can do it.
Oh, Mom's pressuring her.
Just try.
Give it the old college
You
try.
even tell everybody.
Old college try. I don't care if you're in 6th grade. Give it a college try anyway.
As you said, I am.
That's why she's not so sure, Susan, about getting started early. The downside. Izzy's actually coming along quite nicely in her drawings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
I didn't start drawing until I was 21. I don't know if Tim's still around, but he's probably going, I never knew you drew. Because I didn't. Susan feels your pain. Susan feels your pain. Yeah.
The pain.
There's always, with every blessing, there's a curse. Every curse, there's a blessing, huh? Yeah, don't touch that.
I'm just gonna stop myself there.
Yeah, that would be a good. That would be a good decision. That would be a good decision.
Tom Pape is watching.
What's that?
Tom Pape, P-A-P-E.
Oh, we have another Tom with us. Hi, Tom. So what I'm doing here is by evening out the shadow, you see how that figurine, it solidifies it. And that's what I mean by your structure comes from your shadow, right? And then let the movement, the melody happen with your light, bouncing and swirling and jumping through your painting, right? Big landings, small glints, little flicks, turns and twists, right? That light is the story. So you can get to dance across your canvas, or you can make just a large quiet field or a small quiet field and make more of a meditative work, right? So it's up to you, and the way you handle those marks are going to say, you know, is this a quiet spiritual work, or is this a live active work, right? Lively, a dance on Saturday night, Friday night, Broadway lights, or is it a deep Sunday morning spiritual meditation? It's up to you. It's up to you. Where you place those lights, the shape of the lights, the relationship between the light and the dark, and the gray. The gray, the gray, the gray, the gray. A lot of this month's class is about the effect of the gray and what it has. Yeah, it is nice sometimes to watch it go back and forth. And that's one reason I wanted to keep it. Susan, let everybody know what Susan's saying. So Susan got here late, so she didn't have her things. And so she says she's just watching rather than drawing tonight. And she says it's fun without the concentration. And hopefully these videos are short enough that if you're really trying to learn and grow, that you can. Maybe as we're doing it, you just do it. You go out on your own and you draw along with me. And then go back later and watch what I do. And will that inform you on how you did yours? Or could you improve yours a little bit or change it a little bit? Maybe have some ideas? So that's the idea of keeping these to about 20 minutes. And again, they're on YouTube after this. And over there, you can speed it up to twice. Or again, if you're just drawing, right? But it's easier to kind of drag through on the YouTube site too, I think. And it's higher definition.
Yes.
Well, you had to change yours to get high definition.
It don't come naturally. You got to work for it.
Oi.
Good times.
End of that conversation.
Went too dad on that one, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's my job. It's what I do.
Your job now is to teach.
To teach. Everybody's drawing. Teaching. Just enjoy sketching. Enjoy sketching. And by doing it, you get better. And the idea, again, is, we're not trying to get into museums, just like taking a walk. We're trying to find the joy in sketching and take the fear out of it. This isn't about judging anything. It's just, let's try to do something. Boom, for the sake of trying to do it. Like taking a walk through the woods. And when you walk through the woods, the quieter you are and the less of you that you put into the walk, and the more you open, the more the woods open and the more the woods say to you. The more birds and animals you see, the more you recognize the plants and the wind and the trees and how they all interact. It's very similar here. If while you're making the mark, if you pay attention, and then as you put other marks next to it, don't pay attention to that little bitty section. Pay attention to the whole drawing. How did that mark affect the entire thing? Again, we want to always look from almost a universal standpoint, right? We want to look and think from big to small, right? The bigness first. The bigness first. And then the small things we use to enhance our big themes. Our big themes. Have I shrunk or am I just slouching? Are you
Both
slouching? Are we slouching? Let's stand. Oh, come on. We're on camera. Straight. There we go. Woo!
I like this.
So comfortable with you guys, just laying back, having a good time. And you'll see that in my work too, how I don't spend too much time on one thing, but I try to get the overall in, and then I go back and refine. Like now, some of that gray is representing table. And it gives some movement. So this is going to be like a big overall V. And that bunch of grapes will be sitting over there in light, which will give them a little more impact, won't they? Okay, and you won't get this at first, these big designs and stuff. But again, by just drawing a few times a week and everything, before you know it, you'll be thinking in these terms. And you'll be making these seemingly nothing marks that turn out to be something kind of cool when you're done. Right, Izzy? I'm kind of cool.
Kind of.
That's all right. I'll take it. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. That's... Yeah, this is why I don't go in public too often. So Susan says she's noticing how often I squint at the drawing. I didn't even realize I'm doing that watching this, but it's true. By squinting down, it takes the detail out, and you see bigger movements, bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always trying to, for lack of a better word, suppress the vision and the detail I see and look for the harmony or the overall, right? And I found when I do that, my works are always strong. Those works are always stronger. Right? Yeah. As Susan said, standing on the shoulders of giants, huh?
Don't give him ideas, Susan.
All right, if we're done being silly, that looks like 10 minutes is up there.
Let's do a rewind.
So how did you guys do? All right, so I'm going to take us off of here for right now so we can just see the drawing. And let's do a couple of rewinds. And we won't go too long tonight. But I'm going to go in reverse and forward. So there you see, as I take that atmosphere off, that changed quite a bit. So that the importance of gray, the importance of what I sometimes call nothingness, right? Look at that. What a huge difference. What's a huge difference? And then our second one, or our first one, I guess. See if we can scroll through that a little slower there. Okay, just getting warmed up again, but instantly getting some in and out, opening that thing up a little bit so it's not closed on. And then I'm able, after I get the gray in, I'm able to darken down a little bit. But notice that my picture in shadow is dark, but those grapes are darker. A lot of times in my teaching, I talk about what it's really about is more or less. And those grapes, excuse me, those grapes come forward because they're more or darker or stronger. Okay, guys, that didn't look like the smoothest run through there, but my playback's being a little funky on me tonight, so I guess we get what we get, and as Pinkalicious says, we don't get upset.
Oh, tell me you did not just quote Pinkalicious.
I did just quote Pinkalicious.
Oh my god. Oh.
All right, guys, so that's it for tonight. I hope you're able to see the importance of grayness and what that can do to your paintings. And so before we hit the 30-minute mark, I think we're going to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And I hope you got some sketching. And Susan, I hope you get to go back and do some sketching, too. It was good to chat with you, though. All right, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
We'll talk to you later.